God is wanting us to spend time with Him and for Him to put specific people on our hearts. God is in the people business. And if we spend appropriate time with Him, God will put lost people on our heart. God will put hurting people on our heart. God will put people who need to grow in their walk with Him on our heart. And we'll begin to pray those types of prayer. God, help me to be more effective in touching those lives. We will pray prayers that are more consistent with where God's heart is. And the vision that God has for Hollybrook Baptist Church will begin to flesh itself out and be real. We'll begin to see it if we begin to really pursue the heart of God in our prayer time and not just give Him these wish lists, but really pray like Paul prayed. Centuries ago, there was a European mountain village, and a nobleman decided to do something nice for the village, and he built a church. He's a pretty insightful nobleman, because whenever the church was done and the people came to see it, it was majestic, it was beautiful, but there was one thing unique about it. It didn't have any lamps in the church. And the people asked, it's beautiful, but how is it going to be lit? There are no lamps here. He said, well, you see the brackets on the wall? I'm going to give every family their own lamp. And when you come to church, you bring your lamp. And you put it on the wall, and there will be light here. So every time you're at the church, you'll know that the church will have its light. But the times that you're not where God would have you to be, the church is going to see evidence of that. And there'll be darkness in the place that you should have been. What could this church be? What could any church be? If we just turned out the lights of how appropriate to however many people are not exercising the gifts, living out in faith as God would have them to do, and that the effect that would have on the church, I'm afraid to think of how many bulbs might be burning in here. But just imagine if everybody was exercised, praying like Paul, getting before God. God was speaking to them, exercising the faith and living out that gift, establishing, encouraging, and building fruit among others' lives. Imagine the powerful effect that it would have on the life of our church.